All right, guys. Proud to introduce these outstanding three new staff members to Louisiana State University Fighting LSU Tigers. I want to start with our defensive coordinator, Daronte Jones. He's going to be the defensive coordinator and coach the safeties. Very impressive young man. The one thing that was really critical for me and all these hires is when I listened to them on the interview, how they would speak to our players and how they connect to our players. And all three of these guys did a tremendous job in that area. Daronte Jones came highly recommended by Dave Aranda, who we all have a lot of respect for here at LSU. And also Mike Zimmer, who was a great coach at the Minnesota Vikings and was from the Dallas Cowboy family. Daronte has already done some tremendous stuff in the office. It's going to be his first day with the team today. He's talked to a lot of members of our defense, and they're excited to have him. The second guy, our linebacker coach, Blake Baker, comes from the University of Miami. He was the defensive coordinator. Has a lot of experience here in Louisiana. Is from Houston. Outstanding coach, very knowledgeable, very energetic, and outstanding recruiter. His wife is from Mandeville. She played soccer here at LSU, and they're excited to come home. And Blake wanted to be here as much as we wanted him, so it was a great fit. He did a great job on his interview, and it didn't take long to figure out he'd be an outstanding coach for us here at LSU. The last guy, Andre Carter, defensive line, we got him from the New York Jets. Me and Andre go back to 1997 when I tried to recruit him. I was at USC. He went to Cal. I remember playing against him. He had the best get-off and one of the best rushers I'd ever seen. I followed his career, 80 sacks. Tremendous coach, a tremendous young man. Joe Vitt, who I respect a lot with the Saints, highly recommend him. He worked with him in New York Jets. And also Devon Gacho. Devon called me about Andre Carter and Daronte Jones. He worked with both of those guys at the University of Miami. So excited to have all three of these guys. It's our first day. They've been hard at work. We got football school today. They'll be running the meetings. They'll be coaching their positions. And I'll be excited to get them on the first day of work. Any questions?
Hey, Coach. Good morning. Two questions. What did you learn from your previous hires that you tried to utilize during this search? And my second question, was it important for you to get minority coaches on staff? You talked about relating to the players. Mm-hmm. Was that something that you really targeted and wanted heading into this process?
Yes, it was important to get minority coaches on our staff that could relate to our players, but also great coaches. And these guys fit both of those categories. And, one of the things that I did in the interview, Mike, is I wanted to make sure that those guys were okay with me being involved in the defense. And I'm going to be involved in the defense, and I want to be involved, especially when it comes to the front. I had let that go a little bit, and I wish I wouldn't have done that. And so I'm going to be more involved with the defense. And every time that I interviewed every guy, I told them, so listen, here's what I expect. Here's what I'm going to do. Do you agree to it? And obviously they agreed to it. So I get a chance to be given my expertise on the defense along with these coaches.
Hey, Coach, good morning. Jacques from WAFB. Coach, Blake Baker obviously is not your defensive coordinator, but he brings a lot of wealth of experience in that department, right? That can't hurt, right, on your staff.
Yeah, no, it helps. It's already helped in the meetings, And somebody for Daronte to have a sounding board off, hey, Blake, what'd you think about this? And then, guys that can make adjustments, especially in the college game. I mean, it comes down to adjustments, fast football, basketball on grass. And, Blake has a wealth of experience, so we're going to use it.
Hey, Ed, I know it's all about being multiple these days, but is there any kind of sense yet of the general scheme Daronte Jones is going to want to kind of run this year?
Yeah, we will be based out of a 4-3. And one of the reasons I hired Daronte because of the defensive ends that we got coming back. I didn't want Ali Gay to play a 4 technique. And so there was a couple of great candidates that when they wanted to run a 3-4 defense, I thought that our personnel right now suited more to a 4-3 defense with B.J. Ojulari, Andre Anthony coming back. And I do believe we have some good young inside guys, some older inside guys coming back. So that was a big decision in hiring Daronte.
Hey, Coach. Garland Gillen, Fox 8 in New Orleans. I know National Sign Day isn't the same now that early National Sign Day has taken so much precedence. How excited are you for tomorrow? You still have 5 spots. What are you looking for on Wednesday?
Yeah, we have 2 solid commitments right now, and we have a couple of guys that we're 50-50 with. Could go either way, and we'll see how it goes tonight. But I also want to keep a couple for transfers. We're looking for graduate transfers or transfers at need position, and one of them is a linebacker position, our best player available. It doesn't hurt to maybe have 2 or 3 scholarships with all the transfers that we have to fill in specific needs.
Hey, Coach, I know these hires now have been made official for really, well over a week. I'm just curious, have you talked with a bunch of the defensive players over the last week and just kind of what are their initial impressions of the coaches and all that?
Yeah, they're excited. They've met with most of their coaches. Everyone's come back with rave reviews. I do believe that I think the average age of the coaches on the staff has dropped like 20 years. So, I'm the old man of the staff now. So, these guys are young guys. They can relate to our players. They're energetic. They want to be here. And I think that makes a difference when you're young, you're energetic, you want to prove yourself at a school like LSU, you're going to do a great job.
You mentioned you were talking to them about your vision of being more involved here. What is your vision for the defense? What were you trying to get across versus what you've been trying to build here? And obviously they have some NFL experience. Or why is that also important for what you want?
Well, all of our guys want to go to the NFL. All our guys come here, they want to win championships and go to the NFL. So when those guys are coaching them, they know they've been in the NFL. So here's what you need to do. And those guys are going to listen to them. I'll take Andre Carter, for example. He's played 13 years in the NFL. And he's teaching the defensive linemen something. They don't want to do it. He's going to say, okay, you ain't going to make it in the NFL. I think they're going to listen to him, stuff like that. But the vision for the defense is getting back to playing LSU defense. I grew up watching LSU defense, giving 11 hats to the ball, being physical, being tough, not giving up big plays and make it tough to score on. That's the type of defense that we want.
Hey, it's Scott Rabelais. I think you're selling yourself short. Greg McMahon still has you by a couple of years in age.
I'm going to remind him of that.
2 questions. One, what is the Super Bowl is week 6? LSU guys more than most of any team. What pride do you take in that? Obviously, you coached a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
And second of all, with defenses today, you talk about playing LSU defense. Has it changed in terms of what is an effective defense?
Yeah.
Because people are scoring more points and getting more yards. I mean, is it? And you all did a good job of disrupting last year. Is it disrupting? Is it making big plays on defense? Has it changed a little bit over the years?
Yeah, it has changed. When I grew up, the goal was holding for 13 points or less. That's not happening nowadays. And really, if you hold up to under 30 points, you have a chance to win in every game with an offense that scores 45, 50 points. You never want to say that, but that's reality. And I think that the thing that I want on defense is for us to keep the ball in front of us, keep our eyes on the quarterback, play more zone coverage, continue with a great pass rush, and make it hard for them to go down the field and not give up explosive plays. What was the other question, Scott? Super Bowl, yeah.
All the players in the Super Bowl.
Proud of them.
Most of any school.
Proud of them. Look, we're selling that to our recruits. And every recruit I talked to this week, I'm proud of them. People ask me who I'm pulling for in the Super Bowl. I'm just pulling for the Tigers, man. They have Tigers on both sides, so I'm pulling for them.
Okay, we've got time for one more, Shay.
Hey, Coach, what this second signing day period has sort of turned into a thing where it seems like colleges are balancing who do we need to hold spots for maybe in the portal down the line versus who should we go ahead and take now? What's that balancing act like now that you've gone through a couple of cycles with it?
Well, the experience tells me to save a couple of scholarships to get great graduate transfers. I wouldn't want to go into the spring not having spots for great graduate transfers or anybody to transfer portal. I do believe we'll have at least 2 or maybe 3. And then we're looking at specific needs, especially at linebacker. We feel that there's some linebackers that can come in here and help us immediately. We're going to go after them.